Yo guys, welcome back. It's funny, I've had this camera for nearly 3 years now and I've never used this feature. Madness. Alright, so as the video suggests, today we're taking a look at how to set up auto exposure bracketing and use it on the Canon EOS M50. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, you want to turn your camera on, then you want to set it into one of the photo modes. I use manual pretty much all the time, purely because it's just easy to go between manual and video just like that. So go ahead, whack it in whatever mode you want and hit menu. Now, once you're in the menus, under all of the tabs, you want to be in the photo tab and you want to be on the second menu. When you're in the second menu, the very top menu item is called Expo Comp/AEB, so exposure compensation / auto exposure bracketing. So you want to go ahead and click set the Q, the little OK button in the middle. Then you want to go ahead and click that to enter this menu, and you're presented with this menu. You will see that you can use a scroll wheel. So the scroll wheel will allow you to set the bracketing for your exposures. Now what this does is it takes 3 photos. It will take one at your settings, one at 1 stop below, and one at 1 stop above. If you set it to 2, it will do 2 stops below and 2 stops above. And the same with 3. Obviously you can, use the gradient in between. Usually I do between 2 and 3 because I find that gives me the nicest HDR out of it. That's what I use this for, but you might be using it for something else. Okay, so when you have decided what you want, just hit set to save that. You can't just press the shutter button halfway down, because what will happen is that won't save that setting, so then you'd have to go back into the menu, go back, set it back up again, and press set to return to the menu. So you'll know that you've done it right because you'll go back and you'll see on the screen the little 3 dots at each interval that you have selected. Now, the next best thing that you'll want to do is you want to be using a tripod, because you don't want any movement. Well, I mean, it depends what you're using it for, but if you're using it to comp them together for a HDR, then what you want to do is you want to be using a tripod to minimize any movement whatsoever. Now, along with the tripod, I usually use either the app or a 2-second timer, depending on how much time I've got. If I'm setting up a composition for a while, then I will have connected the app to the camera. Obviously that does drain the battery super quickly, which is a bit of a pain, and I don't use it all that often. You can use an intervalometer if you want, or if you just want to kind of set and forget, just use the 2-second timer, just to make sure that you don't get any camera shake after pressing the shutter button, and that'll allow the camera to settle before it takes the photo. Okay, whichever method you are using for this, once that shutter button goes off, you will find that it takes 3 photos. Those 3 photos are going to be one at your setting, one at the lower setting, one at the higher setting. They're all saved individually. When you take your card out, or however you transfer it into your editing thing of choice, you will be presented with 3 individual photos. It doesn't automatically comp them for you, giving you full control over the process, which is great. That's what you want. So whether or not you are going to be comping these in Lightroom into a HDR, video on that coming soon, be sure to subscribe and like the bell to be notified. Or if you're using Photoshop to blend certain areas together, that is exactly how you use auto exposure bracketing on the M50. And that pretty much wraps it up for this video. If you did like this video, don't forget to hit the like, get subscribed, like the bell to stay up to date for whenever I release a new video. Like I said, there is one coming on HDR soon. And until the next one, see ya.